Hey friends! Today I'm gonna show you how to use Reason's Combinator device. The Combinator is a device which is really unique in the music software world. Basically, it is a container for other devices such as synthesizers, effects or samplers. Alright, let's have a look on it. Here I have created an empty Combinator. Now let's say I want to use several synthesizers. Then I first need to create a mixer. And I usually use this line mixer because I don't use any more channels. Then we can create the first synthesizer by right-clicking below the mixer, instruments, and let's go for the subtractor. And right away we can create another synthesizer, right-clicking, instruments, and let's choose Maelstrom this time. Now by playing the Combinator, we basically play both these synths at the same time. And I have loaded these patches from the factory sound bank. If I listen to the sounds one by one, they sound like this. First the subtractor, then the Maelstrom, and then together. A wonderful thing about the Combinator is that you now can add different effects to both of these synths. Let's say I want to add a reverb on the Maelstrom. Just right-click it, Effects, and choose Advanced Reverb. Dial in the sound that you want. Let's listen to how that sounds. Now the reverb comes from the Maelstrom and the subtractor sound is still dry. Now we can add another effect on just the subtractor. Right click, Effect, and let's go for a phaser this time. Dial in the sound that you want and let's listen to how it sounds now. If you want to add an effect to the whole sound, as opposed to the individual devices, you have to put it after the line mixer. So let's say I want to add a delay to the whole sound. I can right-click and add delay, but I need to hold down Shift, because otherwise it will route this automatically as a send effect, and that's not what I want. Then I have to reroute the output from the line mixer to the main input of the delay and the output of the delay to the Combinator. Then we dial in the sound that we want and listen to how it sounds now. And when you're happy with the sound you have, you can save it as a Combinator patch, and then you can use it in any of your songs. Alright, now let's get into the more advanced features of the Combinator. These controls. You can program these knobs and buttons to control any of these knobs and buttons on the actual devices themselves. You can even program it to control several things at once. For example, you can program this knob to control, let's say, the frequency of the subtractor at the same time as the release of the second oscillator on the Maelstrom and the dry-wet on the reverb, or anything else you want to control. I have already programmed this first rotary control. Let me show you how. First, click on Show Programmer. And this is a list of all the devices in the Combinator. I have chosen the subtractor, rotary 1, which is this one. And then I wanted to control the filter frequency of the subtractor. So I have chosen it in this list here. And these are the values that corresponds to the value of the filter. So a value of 0 here means that when this knob is turned all the way to the left, the filter will be set to 0, and when it's all the way to the right, it will be set to this value, which is 127, which is the full max value. You can change it by left-clicking the mouse on it and dragging up and down. Then I have done the same for the maelstrom on the oscillator B release, and I have chosen different values there, and on the reverb with also different values. So let's listen to how it sounds as I'm playing this sound and turning this rotary control. These buttons are best used to control switches like on or off or solo and mute switches. So let's say, for example, that I want to program this button to mute the first sound here. Then we go to the line mixer, button 1, and the mute button for channel 1. This means that it's off and this means that it's on. So if I press this now, the first channel is muted. Alright, that's how you use the Combinator device. Now try to program some patches yourself. If you want to support me, you can like and favorite this video. If you produce music yourself, you might want to check out my website, peak11.com. I'll see you next time, and remember, you rock, my friends! Remember